How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another video. It's been a little bit, I'm trying to keep up with this, but I would rather take my time and put out, good videos that I would want to watch and that I would be proud to release, I guess. I would rather take my time with that than try to crank out a video every week. So I've been playing with the new kind of pedal setup, which has been really awesome. I've been working with the timeline, the blue sky, and kind of incorporated that into the rest of my setup. And so I wanted to put together a new board. That's definitely going to be coming soon. I have kind of realized that there's really like one more pedal that I feel like I need to get, and that's like a compression sustainer of some kind. So if you have any suggestions on any compressor sort of pedals that you use that work really well for you, please suggest, because I'd love to take a look. I don't have any one particular pedal in mind right now. I know that Electro Harmonics just came out with a new one that sort of has an overdrive built in, so I am interested in checking that out, but I definitely want to shop around a bit and get something, and then I'm probably going to put together the new board. But the new pedals are awesome. It's really been giving me a lot of great sound. So today I actually wanted to talk to you about my guitar, my number one guitar that I use, my Martin 0015M. This is something that it was sort of kind of a science project. I've been leading worship in my church for quite a few years now, and I primarily have been doing that acoustic with an acoustic guitar. My first acoustic that I bought was a Martin 000. It was another 000 body style. It was a cheaper, I think a Mexican made $500 type of a thing. But honestly, like I just fell in love with the body style, and just, I don't know, it just sounded good. It felt right. So then I ended up kind of upgrading to this guy, which is made entirely out of mahogany. So it's gorgeous, obviously, as you can see, which I really, really love. And it's already it's starting to really wear in nicely, and it just sounds incredible. But the science project aspect of it came from me wanting to basically have it sound like two different guitars at one time. So right off the bat, what I loved was that this guitar didn't come with any electronics built into it. It came completely bare bones. So it really gave me the ability to, really kind of figure out exactly what I wanted to put inside of it. All I knew was that I wanted to have an acoustic pickup and I wanted to have an electric pickup, and kind of have them operate independently of one another so that I could control them independently on a pedal board and blend the two of them together for the purpose of getting like a clean acoustic sound with a nice sort of like slightly overdriven, very reverb, sort of electric sound underneath that acoustic. And so I kind of got the idea from Damian Rice. He's been kind of doing the same type of thing with his, I think he has a Loudon. I hope I'm saying that correct. But he's where I kind of got the idea from. He was the sort of inspiration. And then I was like, I want this to be a stereo setup. I think that it would be really cool sounding if I had the acoustic right in the center, and then have panning with delays and stuff like that. It just gives this huge sound. Because as I have shared with you guys before, my wife and I lead worship every week in our church. So the thing with worship music, if you're not familiar, is that you want to try to create kind of an atmospheric sort of a sound. And when we lead, it's just the guitar that's primarily the sound that you're hearing in terms of instruments. I wanted to make this one guitar sound like really, really huge. So that's what I ended up doing. So this guy has a Fishman Matrix Infinity acoustic pickup underneath the bridge here, and it has the little controls right inside the sound hole. I don't use them that often, to be honest with you, because I do run into a Fishman Aura Spectrum imaging pedal. It's like a preamp, so I don't really do a lot with those knobs on the inside here, but they're there in case I do need them if I don't have the preamp, or if I need to adjust something on the fly, like while I'm up on stage or on the altar, and then here I have kind of this you can see sort of this makeshift kind of mount that I made for this Gibson Burstbucker humbucker pickup that I mounted in the sound hole, and that actually operates on its own jack. So you can see here on the bottom of the guitar, so this here is the acoustic and that is the electric. So I literally run two cables to the guitar, which is you would think is kind of like annoying and messy, but what I did was I bought some this braided sleeving from electroduct.com. So if you ever wanted to look into doing something, that's literally just 2 Mogami cables that are kind of in this neat braided sleeving. So it keeps it nice and neat, clean looking, and it makes it nice so that I'm not tripping over things and things aren't getting tangled up. So it keeps things organized. And then obviously have them labeled so I know which cable is which. So I just kind of set it up like that, and I do have a little volume knob here for the electric pickup. So what I'll do is on the pedal board, the electric part of the board does go through a volume pedal. So if I do have my board with me right there on stage or on the altar, I can control the volume of the electric sound independently with my foot. If I don't have that, which is usually in service every week where it's not like a special sort of night, I typically won't have my pedal board up on the stage with me because I step up onto the altar to lead worship. It's nice to just have the knob right here. So if I need to cut the electric sound or kind of fade it in, I can do that, which is really cool. And so the result of it has been really kind of amazing. I love this guitar so much. I'm probably going to want to do this to every acoustic guitar that I have. I may even do this to my other Martin just so that I have something as like a backup, because it's really just become a part of, this is just what my guitar sound is, and it's really amazing. So the interesting thing was when I had this idea, I had actually kind of tried out the idea on the other Martin before I got this one, because I wanted to make sure that I knew what I was doing, or at least had an idea so that I could clearly explain what I wanted to do to like a guitar tech or a luthier or something, just somebody that could professionally do this. Because while I do consider myself to be a relatively handy kind of a person, I'm not a guitar tech. So I went to a couple different guitar techs, went to guitar stores, Guitar Center, all these places. I must have talked to 5 or so different people, just because that's all I could really kind of quickly reach to in my area. And just after explaining kind of the idea, everybody was just trying to like talk me out of it, which was really frustrating. They were trying to like get me to do something else, and they were like, well, I don't understand why you want to do that. And I was like, you're just not getting it. Like, I want to be able to independently control each one, and I want to have full control over the tone of each one. People were trying to convince me to put in like one pickup that could work as an acoustic and an electric pickup. And I was like, but you're compromising the sound on both, because I did try a couple that did sort of do that, and I didn't really like the results. Ultimately, I ended up doing it myself. So I'm sure that if you were to look inside, it's not as tidy as it would be if I had it professionally done. Trust me, I wanted to have it professionally done, but I couldn't get anybody to understand why I wanted to do it. So it ended up working out, and I don't have any issues. Something that's interesting, if this is something that you may want to try, something that you need to do on an electric guitar pickup is that you need to ground it somehow. And so what I ended up doing with this was I used some of the copper shielding tape that you put inside of like an electric guitar. I just put a strip of that right underneath the bridge inside of the guitar, and actually like poked the tape up into the string holes, so that when there are strings on the guitar, they're touching the tape, and the pickup is actually grounded to that tape. And so that's how I grounded it. And it took me a little while to figure out how I was going to do that to get rid of noise and stuff like that, but it ended up working out really well. I use it every week. I love this guitar so much. Yeah, that's pretty much it. The sound is incredible. It's hard to believe that the sound that you hear when you hear this guitar is one guitar. Like it sounds like a bunch of guitars. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. This is my Martin 0015M, and it's my number one. This thing is a beast. Thanks for watching this video. If you have not subscribed to the channel already, please do that. Leave me a thumbs up on the video too if you liked it. Please stay in touch through Twitter. You can follow me there. My all the information is down below, and we'll see you in the next video. All right, take care. Have a good one. Make sure that both of my eyes are open. How's my hair? Good? How's the beard? Gotta make sure that the beard is right. Okay. A little rule of thirds here, sort of.